supposed to go off at 7. Now we're told maybe 7:15 or 7:20 as they wait for the sun to come up. 60 Washington was once a tower of power for lawyers and lobbyists back in the 70s. And now the building that's about to become rubble, it was also a money pit for the state. They lost some $20 million after they bought it and never used it. That is why today they will implode it. Inside the 15-story building, there's just 200 pounds of dynamite that will bring the 7,000-ton structure down. There's copper-coated jackets laced with dynamite inside, a material called RDX, placed strategically in 170 places. Once the implosion begins, this is how it will work. Mayor Peters will press the button, setting off a series of detonations that will begin in the northwest corner of the building, shooting diagonally to the southwest corner, bringing the building down, all 15 stories of it, in a matter of just 16 seconds, as thousands of people look on. Now, there are some road closures to worry about because there's a 700-foot radius in which nobody can get any closer. You can see the map on your screen. There are several roads closed. Basically, they will remain closed until about 9 o'clock in the morning. Some of those roads until at least noon. So if you're coming to the city, you're going to want to take notice of that. Let's go out to the crowds now. My colleague Scott Haney standing out here sandwiched just inches from me and all the crowds.
And when Kara says sandwich, literally. All right, are you guys ready for the implosion? Yeah! How many people do you think are here? Just looking around.
No idea.
How many? Like, there literally has to be close to 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 people around here.
Further back there.
Well, how early did you guys get here?
We got here about 6 o'clock. Drove up from New London, Connecticut.
Now, is it often that you see a crowd like this in downtown Hartford on a Sunday morning?
Oh no.
No. Is it cold out here?
No.
Yes. All right. Then this building, Kara, it's going to come down in about what, 15 seconds? You say?
The total process from the time the button is pushed will take only about 16 seconds to bring it to rubble. And then we're talking about a 15-story building. It's just phenomenal to even think about.
And it's a $20 million white elephant, basically. Now, you're getting this is your taxpayer money, so it's good that you guys are here to see this, right?
Yeah. Where our money's going.
You're getting your money's worth this morning. Well, why not spend it here on a Sunday morning? Not a lot else to do. It's cold out here. My feet are a little cold. We're all standing on snow. And media. Talk about the media here.
The media. We are sandwiched here. Many of us getting here as early as 4 o'clock in the morning to put their tripods in that prime spot to witness history that is expected to happen. If you can look right over there, you can see the box, the sign, the Manafort brothers. That is where Mayor Peters will sit to push the button. Now, this is more symbolic because you have to be trained and licensed to actually cause an implosion, to actually detonate a building. So essentially, Mayor Peters is going to push that button, which will then signal the command center that is on the south side of the building. And actually, someone from the demolition company, Manafort Brothers and Controlled Demolition, Inc., will actually be detonating the building. So Mayor Peters, more symbolic, but we will see him nonetheless just inches from us. Let's go back out to Scott Haney, who's got a little bit of a better shot of the crowd now.
All right, now what time did you guys get up to come here?
At 5:30.
No,
and
we
we're
got up at
5 o'clock.
You got up at quarter to 4, 3:45 in the morning to see a building go up. Have you ever witnessed anything like this?
Never.
What
Never
town?
seen anything like it.
Scotland.
You're from Scotland, Connecticut, not the country.
No.
Because they don't blow buildings up there.
We would have to get up a lot earlier to get
Now,
over here.
if they blow this building up and it comes down right, don't you think it should be like a weekly activity? There are plenty of buildings here in
Not if
Hartford.
we have to pay for it.
Not if we have to pay for it. Very, very good. Kara, we're going to toss it over to you. Now, incredible. Now, this is the third building within, what, an 11-year time span that we've done this here in Hartford?
Yes, there was the Etna building and also the Hilton Hotel, both imploded back in 1990, both by the same company, Controlled Demolition Incorporated, which is one of 4 American companies that does this. They've done several famous buildings. You may recall the J.L. Hudson building in Detroit, which was the largest single building to ever be imploded. Next week, they're going to be doing the Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. They've been successful in the Etna and Hilton building, and they also do this one as well at a cost of $1.5 million. That's how much this implosion is going to cost. And certainly, it's going to be spectacular to see. For now, let's go back to you in the studio.
Kara, we've witnessed some of these before, and usually there's some kind of a preview warning, an audible warning, maybe a siren or something. What's the logistic? What's going to go on here?
That's exactly what's going to happen. We are going to be hearing sirens at 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, and 1 minute. And then at 15 seconds, we're told we're going to hear 3 very short, loud blasts. And that means the detonation is about to begin. From that point on, it'll take about 16 seconds until the entire building falls to the ground.
So we have not heard that 15-minute warning yet, correct?
We have not. No,
Okay.
We've not heard any sirens yet.
All right, very good.
Well,
Thanks,
quite a
Gareth.
building.
Thanks, Scott, for that live report.
Somebody plan B, all right?
Is that your own little hand grenade?
Yeah, that's what I got, right. We're ready to do this. I got to go. I'll see you
All
later.
right, we'll see ya. In fact, that is the signal. The mayor is walking over there to push what is actually a ceremonial detonation. The actual implosion will be triggered from the south end of the building. We're told in just about any second now we're going to be hearing the 2-minute siren, which will signal when the process will begin. Again, this is the 60 Washington Tower. It was purchased by the state in 1993 for $15 million. Since then, it's gone completely unused, a waste of taxpayers' money of more than $20 million. Finally, they're getting rid of this building at a cost of just a mere $1.5 million to implode it. Certainly. And we can see the mayor's actually getting ready with the detonation device. We're waiting for the cue. Sandwiched in between media as I'm trying to move and not hurt anyone else's shot. There are literally hundreds of photographers out here trying to get a shot of history in the making here in Hartford. This is the 3rd building. Oh, here he goes. I'm not sure if you got to hear some of the comments. We were just talking to these young ladies, but you described it best as...
It was amazing. You never see these things unless they're on the movies, and you got to see it now, you know?
It was pretty cool. It was something. I'll never see it again. It was pretty awesome.
You're still looking on, almost in awe as you're staring over there. Still hard to believe that it came down just so quickly and successfully.
Well, when it first started out, I was waiting, and then all of a sudden, boom, down it goes. It was great. It was really great. Yeah.
It was interesting to hear that delay. You heard the bang, 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 and then it took another good 8 or 9 seconds until you start to see the building fall, almost as if we weren't sure it was going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to go down, and like, what happened? It's not going anywhere.
That, in fact, is actually the time it takes for those 170 charges that are strategically placed inside the tower to detonate and bring the building down in the fashion that it did. We were just saying, it's just amazing that it's cradled so closely between a parking garage and a courthouse, and basically the only damage is dust. It's just phenomenal. What did you think of it, sir?
It's a beautiful thing. Came down real nice, that's for sure. I've watched the one before across the
Etna building and the hotel?
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, this is the same company that